People are strange. Something strange.
Is that strange?
That is strange.
That is strange.
Wow, that is strange. This is strange.
Here we are again, another week, another episode of Strange Sauna, and boy, oh boy, NASA is doing some crazy ass, you know what? Covering up this missing and dead scientists, like since 2022. There's a whole string of those. We're going to get into that a little bit later. The Artemis 2 mission, people are noticing a lot of AI, a lot of crazy, just fake stuff being used, right?
Sorry, I can't help but laugh.
Lex,
that stuff.
What is going on? It's laugh worthy, bro.
It is laugh worthy. Listen, you know, I missed everybody. Obviously, we weren't on last week. I was in Toronto. I did miss my cat a lot, guys. That's an issue. I know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, he's over there playing right now. But yeah, this is new to me. This NASA thing. Greg was talking to me about it before the show.
The missing scientists.
I have never heard anything about this, so I'm coming in cold turkey or blind or whatever it is the saying is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, whoo.
I will get ready to your whistle there, Flex, because we're going to dive deep into it. But before we do, you have a new kind of company that's going out right now. What do you got to sell here? You got something going on. What are you wearing?
So we I have to prepare myself here. We do have merchandise coming, folks. I literally have all the shirts designed, the sizes, the colors. I'm going to be building out the Shopify page because on that page will be all the shirts that I've done up. The name of my company is called State of Mind Project.
There it is.
So we all got to be in a positive state of mind. I was wearing the Faith Over Fear sweater yesterday, the day before, with Jesus walking, and it's on the back shirt.
Okay.
And two people stopped me at the coffee shop, and now they're going to listen to the show because I said I'm a co-host. So it all ties in. It is coming, folks. I am a bit of a perfectionist, but we got at least 4 or 5 Strange Sauna shirts up there.
Oh yeah.
Community first, Faith Over Fear, hate, shirts. There's some training shirts. I wore a shirt today that said "Filthy Pump," and the security guard at the store thought I said "Filthy Pimp."
Yeah.
He goes, "Who are you pimping out?"
He's like, "Dang, you slick stud."
A lot of good stuff to help support the show. It is coming, folks.
Yeah.
I sent Greg all the give you a little secret there. So.
Dude, you're gonna have to
there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come up with a pimp name now. I mean, Silver Fox.
Oh,
that's in the running.
That's but yeah, super excited about that. Glad to be back. My God, like I didn't follow a lot in Toronto, so when I came back last Friday, this week I'm trying to just catch up. But I didn't hear about this, so I'm very interested about this. That's for sure.
Right. Well, I mean, before we get into the whole missing scientists and all that stuff, so. We had a full week of Trump Jesus. Like Trump came out and posted this fake image or this AI image of him as Jesus, and the world went wild. I mean, it was like everybody lost their S because I mean, it is what it is. Like he was portraying Jesus, dude, and he came out and said that I thought it was a doctor from the Red Cross and blah blah. And like, what? You don't see Red Cross anywhere in the photo. It's clearly Jesus wardrobe. I mean, maybe Pope. I don't know.
But I was at 5% thinking there's a plan. I'm at 7% now. It's starting to grow on me a little bit. So anytime Trump does something like this, is he looking for us to research Red Cross, stuff with the Pope? Because he's been sort of trolling the Pope. And no, the conspiracy series is not the sweaters exist. Dexter's like, where's my sweater? He's seen them. You'll get yours, bro.
Right.
They're coming. But anyways, yeah, I just look at it being like, at this point, it is so far. It's not even left or right. It's so far up. Like it's just. I don't know what to think. So I think this could be with the 7% of me think it's the plan.
I don't know
that he's asking.
I don't. Part of me is like Trump is an occultist because I see this stuff and I go, well, that might be Jesus or it might be the magician from the tarot. And you know what I mean?
That's true.
So this is from
true.
Susie Q's on Instagram, and she's pointing out Marina Abramovic. Remember this lady? Calling
she's still
Trump.
around. Is she still around or what?
Yeah. I don't.
She's old.
I don't know.
Thing happened ever to us, that he is the magician of the highest order.
Trump is the magician of the highest order.
I remember this.
And remember, MAGA
this.
is the highest order of the Church of Satan, right? So I
find it
don't-
interesting that
This is pretty crazy, though. So check this video out right here.
President Trump cleared up everything about this post by saying he was not depicting himself as Jesus, but as a doctor working for the Red Cross. You know, the organization that has a long-standing history with the Rothschilds family. The same family that Jeffrey Epstein was a representative for. In fact, Nathaniel First Lord Rothschild was one of the founding members of the British Red Cross back in 1870. And this is why there are tons of conspiracy theories that every time there's a natural disaster where the Red Cross is, children go missing for two reasons. Child trafficking and adrenochrome. Both mentioned in the Epstein files.
What?
Again, these are just crazy conspiracy theories. I'm sure Trump has no knowledge of, but some might say he was signaling something to someone. I find it interesting.
Yeah, and so she ended with the Q stuff right there, right? Red Cross, missing children.
That's what I mean. Like it all. Listen, someone put a lot of time and attention into that Q stuff.
Yeah.
They did. And whether it was a psyop to get people to not go for the establishment, that's what sold us on Trump. That's what sold me on Trump as a Canadian. I'm like, okay, he's saying some stuff here that, we all been thinking. So whoever Q is, or they or them or it, I don't want to offend anybody. They, them.
Ooh,
is
she-shim?
She-shim. But it does talk about the Red Cross, and it talks about a lot of the stuff that we're going through now. So either they're just messing with us, they're mucking with us, or they're with us, one or the other.
Well, so people did notice that Trump reshared a different image. Like it wasn't the actual image of the guy who created the AI photo back in like 2022. So Trump reshared this one photo here. I think I got a guy talking about it. This might be Brian from Impact Clips. So check this out. This is interesting. I'm going to have to restart this because it's all on mute.
So this is the one that Trump posted?
This is actually the original post uploaded by Nick Adams. This is the post that Donald Trump used. You see any differences there? See that middle soldier right there? Doesn't it look like the image that was uploaded by Trump has a demon in place of that middle soldier? What the hell's up with that, Donnie? I think you got some splaining to do. This is
so like it's a different photo. You know what I mean?
It is. So that's why I said, is this the original photo? Because right away I could tell that they didn't change the middle image. And then as soon as you played it,
this
and
is
they did
actually the original
wing,
post.
Wing things.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, it's
yes,
like
you did.
but see, it's all horned, right?
Mm-hmm.
It has like the rays coming off of it, kind of like, Sol Invictus or whatever solar entity, and it has the wings. And so people are like, this kind of looks like the winged entity that it will be on the Trump Arc,
Coin?
the Arc de Trump.
Oi.
Have you heard about the Arc de Trump?
I might have refreshed my mind. I'm still on vacation mode here. So
this is.
Did you not talk about this a while ago?
We did, yeah. So like,
yes, okay.
They're building a giant arc at the entryway in DC, and they're putting this winged Lady Liberty. And you guys, the Statue of Liberty is Sol Invictus. It used to not be named the Statue of Liberty, but they renamed it Statue of Liberty, SOL, Sol, for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It has the seven thorns on its crown, representing like it's. I did a whole episode on it. So it's like, to me, Lady Liberty. That's why no one has touched it. No terrorist attack has ever touched Lady Liberty because it's the solar god. And this whole thing that runs the world, they might worship that. I don't know.
All their stuff is demonic, you know. Look, Dexter was just in DC doing some work, and I said, "Can you feel the satanic frequencies around you? Because you're in one of the most evil places in the world." I said, "The monument." I sent up a few things about the monument being 555 inches or something, which equals 666. I can't remember. I sent him some stuff.
Yeah, it was like 111 down in the ground.
Yeah. Same with the Statue of Liberty. Same with a lot of their buildings. You know, like Satan runs this shit.
Yeah. See, I thought this was going to be the actual Trump.
What is this?
Oh wait, whoops. This one right here. This was
that would make more sense.
The McDonald
Golden
Arch. Yes.
That would make more sense. So this is going to be in DC?
Yeah, so check this out. This is Carolyn Levitt talking about
President Trump and the Department of Interior will submit plans for the United States Triumphal Arch, which will be an architectural masterpiece to celebrate our history right here in Washington, D.C. This is a rendering of the Ark for you. Thank you, Peter. It's quite beautiful, as you can see, and this monumental Ark will beam at 250 feet tall in honor of 250 years. The United States Triumphal Arch will be outfitted with beautiful artwork and depictions celebrating the success of the American people over our 250-year history and the enduring triumph of the American spirit. Long after everyone in this room is gone, our children and grandchildren will remain inspired by this national monument. Beginning construction this year on the architectural arc is a fitting way to commemorate the 250th anniversary of American independence.
Wow, she had a script and she stuck right to it, didn't she?
I'm telling you, but the only thing that's been left behind, like the kids, enslaved. That's all this does, folks. Unless we get out of this, your kids are just going to be enslaved, you know?
Right.
You could put as many...
Hey, you were right here. 555 feet, Washington Monument up in the air, but down below it might be another 111 feet because it has to get
it is. And even the circumference around comes out to 666, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I even heard like this proposed arch is going to be like 666 feet away from something.
Wow, exactly. And I'm surprised it's like 250 feet. I thought they'd be 322 feet.
Well, it's got to be some feet below, right?
That's true.
So in order to get that 333, they probably got a couple feet down below. You know what I'm saying?
Or 322. What is the 322? Sorry, is that
the Skull and Bones? Yeah.
There's so many numbers out there. You know what I mean? Like they love their numbers. And like I said, I don't give a shit about their numbers if it didn't affect us.
Right.
But
well, and you know what? Like, so I just actually listened to, quite frankly, he's a fantastic show. Everybody, if you just want like grab bag topics and like kind of fringy topics too. So he had Zach Hubbard from Gematria News, and he was talking about numbers, and like Frank always says the same thing that I've heard like Dave say, I've heard other people say. And it's like with these numbers, you know, what power does it give to people? You know, like why do they think that it deploys like this magic that can make things happen? You know what I mean? And like, how does it work? And then who are the people that are running the world? And then so he kind of goes into like the Jesuits and all this stuff. So, but it's one of those things where we don't know why they use these numbers, but you can clearly see there is a trend of like 33. Like, I mean, my God, freaking what's his nose? Kash Patel clearly made it very clear that it took 33 hours exactly to find the killer of Charlie Kirk. Yeah,
that's one thing I tell a lot of my friends. I said, look for the number 33 in everything, and 666 that are added up to stuff. And now they're starting to notice. And I go, like Richard's saying here, it doesn't matter what we believe, they believe it. Right. And listen, again, if they weren't doing stuff to kids, which by the way, I guess that's okay now. We can do stuff to kids.
What? No.
Nothing. I don't know. What's going on? Apparently you can kill them, eat them. Pam Bondi got fired too. Like, what's going on? Like, I just, you know.
Right.
So it just goes on and on and on.
I mean, Pam Bondi, who knows? I mean, she was horrible. But what are you going to do, dude? What are you going to do?
This is all energy harvesting for them somehow with their numbers, and for us, we get the consequences of it when they like take down a plane or do something like, oh,
Right.
33 died and 66 people survived and what, I don't know, man. So that's what I mean by that's where the numbers can reflect on us.
Well, and
is
that,
our
and
energy.
like this arch or the arc, whatever you want to say, when you walk through that, that's like the Freemasonic passageway, right?
Yep.
The keystone at the top, right? And then like, so we've had, this country was founded on Freemasonry. And, you know, you could argue Freemasons believe in Lucifer, right? Because there's plenty of writings from
They do.
I forget his name. He's buried at the in Washington, D.C. Who's the master Freemason who essentially created Freemasonry? I have such a brain fog right now. I don't know why. The past like week, I've just been like,
same here. So folks, help us out in the chat. You know, if we get something wrong or chat with us, help us, correct us. I find it funny now that Dex is straight up a conspiracy theorist.
Oh,
He's
dude,
like, Pam
yeah.
Bounty was trafficked. Same with Melania. You know, it's just like, this is so funny. This is so funny.
I mean, why not? No one knows what the hell's going on today in the world, so we might as well just...
about it. We do talk about it when we're hanging out, but we also talk about the state of other, like Canada and stuff like that.
Right.
And he was worried for me because back in 2020 to 2022, I totally believed we were going to get Nasara checks. I totally believed, dude, like even Dex was like saying to me, I was worried about you. It was bad. Where's my check still?
I was at the point where like I would almost be like, hey, I will sell you my house because I know that Biden will not be president. They're going to storm the stage. He's going to get arrested.
Yeah.
Everybody's going down. Like I was pretty convinced.
We listen, they did a great job of convincing us. And unfortunately, same with you know who. I don't want to keep bringing his name up, but he's been in the spotlight for 10 years. He's been president twice, almost a third time. Has anything gotten better in the last 10 years? Nothing. We're in worse shape now than when I say we.
Yeah,
we are we. Like everything is we, folks. What happens in the United States affects us up here.
You mean Dr. Donald Trump here? It's the art of the heel. Okay, that's
yeah.
It's not the art of the deal, everybody.
It should be spelled HEEL.
Oh, that is true.
When a wrestler turns bad, brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's WrestleMania weekend, so I gotta be in my brother talk.
Yeah, there was some craziness though, because like all this, blasphemous posting of Donald Trump as Jesus, and then all this crazy stuff happening over in Iran and Israel and the war and all that stuff, right? And you got this crazy footage of thousands of bees suddenly swarming across parts of Israel, prompting authorities to warn residents and shop owners to stay indoors. Look at this, dude. Bees just invading Israel.
It's crazy.
And so people are saying, what is it?
It's like the locusts.
Locusts in the end times,
End times. Listen, we are living. We've been living in the end times. The end times, it's never going to come to an end because they need to still control us, make money, and enslave us. They will just squeeze us and squeeze us and squeeze us, and we'll take it.
Well, and I hate to say it, but especially Christians, dude. Christians will fall for, pretty naive. Not a lot of them. I mean, not all of them, I should say, but
but enough.
There's enough that are very naive.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
So here's Pete Hegseth quoted a fake Bible verse from Pulp Fiction during a Pentagon sermon. This is
So the prayer is CSAR 25:17, and it reads, and pray with me, please. The path of the downed aviator is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men.
Oh, no. He did it.
Guys, there's got to be a plan in place. This cannot be. This is better writing than any SNL script has ever done. Any comedy special. And it's not funny. It's funny that, how can I put this? It's not funny because we're all suffering. And when I mean suffering, we are suffering. It's just funny how it's right in front of us and we still haven't done anything. And I don't know what to do.
Dude, tell me about it. Like,
what
we
do we
never,
do?
so
Like-
people won't rise up. Like, that is one thing that I've learned about COVID. I've learned about the elections. I've learned about everything that has gone on in this country. Yeah, everybody goes, we got the numbers. And it's like, no, the fuck we don't. Like, I'm sorry, but no one is doing a damn thing and they never will.
That's a t-shirt right there.
Prove
No, the
me
fuck
wrong.
We don't.
Prove me wrong,
That's a
everybody.
t-shirt. But it's very true. Like, we have a big rally coming up from city to city, May 15th in Canada. And now it's going to be the same thing. We'll see if Prime Minister Carney does the Emergency Act, which our Supreme Court said it was illegal that Justin did that.
Right.
You know,
dude, I want to play that video that you sent.
It's bad.
But before I do that, just one last thing on this whole Trump Jesus thing. So you have another representative. This is Troy Nels from Texas, speaks to reporters on Capitol Hill, saying that Trump is almost the second coming of Christ.
I do. I believe that Donald Trump is better than sliced bread. I think he's almost the second coming, in my humble opinion. I think he's done a fantastic job.
I mean, that was horrible audio, by the way. Sorry about that, but like,
that's okay.
He's almost the second coming. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah,
Why?
it's just like, what are you?
Why are people saying stuff like
wake up? Is this the wake up the Christians to be like, stop being so gullible? You know what I mean? Like, what?
I don't know. I mean, Trump did tell Christians that this is the last time you have to vote, Christians. Come on. Remember?
He did say that.
Okay, so let's get into this video from this guy. What's going on in Canada, dude? You want to preempt this?
I'm gonna we're screwed. So I'm just put this up here. Rest in peace, Canada. That was from last year's election. So our prime minister had a minority government. So basically, it's almost like how your Congress or your House gets split. So if you have more on one side, you can pass bills. Well, what happens in Canada, and it's not against the law, it shouldn't be used, but we've had 5 conservatives, so that'd be like 5 MAGA people cross the floor and go to the Liberals, and now the Liberals have a majority.
Oh boy.
There was no by-elections. There was no general elections. So people that were Liberals for years and years, and this video talks about the one lady who crossed over who was against COVID and the schmaxines and all this, she crossed over. So right now we have a majority government with Carney. Carney, basically his job is to go around and bankrupt countries. So I saw a real good video on it. That's the best way to explain Carney. He's done it in the UK. He did it in Australia. So it's always the Commonwealth countries first. So he goes in, basically sells all the assets, and then corporations can buy stuff out. So I know people will say, what does this have to do with the US? Whatever happens here, folks, where the blueprint will happen worldwide. So I don't know if you guys have floor crossings. We've had 5 in the last 6 months.
Swapping parties. Yeah. I mean, so you heard of John Fetterman, like the lump neck, always wears a sweatshirt. So he's switching sides. He's going to turn into a Republican. And like, I guess like people like Tulsi Gabbard, she was a Democrat. She turned into a Republican. But it's like, do they really? I mean, Donald Trump was a Democrat. He ran as a Republican. So it's like,
he did.
You have your core values, but do they really change? And it's like it's the prime example of people don't want Californians to move to Texas or anywhere that's really conservative because they're like, you're going to bring your core values with you. Yeah. And it's just never going to change. Right.
Yeah. So how it works in Canada, folks, is you don't vote directly for the prime minister. With you guys, you have your your president, your vice president, and then you have the down ballots of each governor and stuff. We don't do that. We vote for the party. So if you want the Conservatives to win, you have to vote for the person in your riding. If that person wins, every riding has a certain amount of seats, which would be like electorals for you guys. Right. It's not good at all. And I think maybe this is to wake people up. Maybe the plan is to wake people up, saying we need. I'm at 7% with the waking up stuff. It's growing on me because I can't believe this happened in Canada, where it's just like these conservatives. And remember, folks, when you vote for a conservative, you're voting for them and their ideal and ideology. So it'd be like me voting for Greg, and then Greg all of a sudden, or any of us here voting, and Greg's our person in our riding where we live, and Greg decides, I'm just going to cross over and support this and give them a majority. So they have a majority now. First time ever in Canadian history.
It's because I'm transgender, everybody. That's why. Okay.
That's it.
I switch parties. I switch my penis. That's how it works.
Just a quick thought on that. There was a place in Quebec. It was a hair salon place, and they got sued, and they have to pay $500 an apology letter because on their website they had male haircuts, females, and nothing for non-binary.
Oh boy.
And they just won their court case.
Damn, bro.
Rip Canada.
You're screwed. All right, let's check this guy out here.
You won't even believe what just happened in Canada. I can't even make this shit up. So, quick context. You don't vote for the prime minister in a federal election in Canada. You vote for members of parliament, MPs, and they each have a riding that they represent. There's 338 ridings across the country, and each riding represents a seat in the parliament, which is the government of Canada. Now, whatever party gets the most seats in an election wins. Under 170 seats equals a minority government. Over 170 seats equals a majority government, and majority matters, okay? Majority equals power. They can pass whatever bills and legislation that they want, essentially, okay? Now, in the last election, after the worst leader in Canadian history, Justin Trudeau, stepped down, Canadians thought it would be a good idea to vote in his replacement, Mark Carney, and basically the same Liberal crew that created this mess in Canada in the first place. But it was a minority government, meaning they didn't have full control until now. They now have a majority government, and you won't even believe how they did it, okay? And this is the part that should piss you off. Members of parliament who were elected as conservatives in the last election, campaigning on conservative values, just switched to the Liberals. No election, no consent, no going back to the people who voted them in democratically and asking for their permission. They just did it. It's called floor crossing, and it's the shadiest shit I've ever seen in politics. There were 5 members of parliament, conservative ones, in 5 months. Okay, one of them was Marilyn Gladu. She won 53% of the vote as a conservative. She was the shadow minister for civil liberties. She spoke against the vaccine mandates. She supported the truckers' convoy. She even stated that floor crossers should face by-elections and have to go back to the people that voted them in and ask for permission. And then in April, she crossed. No by-election, no permission, nothing. And now she's standing beside Mark Carney and the Liberals. She's backing liberal policies like abortion and LGBTQ and climate change and all the things that she used to oppose. So what changed, Marilyn? Because this is shady AF, okay? You just gave the libs a majority government. Now there's no resistance, no negotiation, no breaks. They can pass through whatever they want. Bill C-9, which makes us follow in the footsteps of the UK, which makes you be able to get put in jail for a Facebook post. Bill C-8, which can kick you off the internet. What about digital ID, which we know that they're about to ramp up and implement? And your vote, it didn't matter, apparently. And they're betting on that you won't care about this. And this is what Canadians don't do very well. They don't normally care about this kind of shit. Okay? So you need to start waking up and you need to start holding this government accountable. You need to show that you care because we're going to lose Canada as we know it if we don't stand up and speak out about shit like this. This is the shadiest thing I've ever seen in politics. That's the reality, and that's the fucking vibe today, baby.
Okay. Yeah, so here's the deal. Here's the deal.
We've already lost Canada. We've already lost it.
Well, when I see stuff like that happen, it's either one, they got paid a shitload of money to switch sides, or two, they never believed what they ran on, and they skunked your ass.
They have something on them. So the second last person that floor crossed, we found out that her son was going to be charged with child porn and some stuff. Yeah, so you know what I mean. And there has been
Well,
this will
so
be for
here's
next
the
week
deal,
because
though.
I have to do some research.
Here's they can plant child corn on anyone's computer. They meaning
they could.
The proverbial they, as in intelligence, Five Eyes, whoever it is in your country.
Because there's something now. There's a lawsuit going on with the newspaper up here in Canada because the RCMP, which is our version of the FBI, had information that Justin Trudeau had CP on his phone. There's a whole thing with Justin Trudeau's former roommate that got charged with CP, but it was actually probably Justin.
Dude, we need to do an episode just on that. Whether it be like a 20 minutes, I don't know.
Yeah, we have to, folks. I'll have to do that because there's also the pig farm up here in BC that was basically killing native Indians like prostitutes, and the government was tied into it. And it's our version of a Epstein, which has just come out. So
send them to the pig farm, dude.
Yeah, and they would chop them up and feed them to the pigs.
Yeah,
this
I believe
guy.
it.
Yeah, but Justin has quite the history with being a teacher, sleeping with an underage student.
Well, dude, now he's with freaking super occulty Katy Perry.
Justin's gay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but he's gay. Like,
what's that homosexual doing with Katy Perry?
Because she's a man. I told you, folks. I told you. They're all men. That's why men and men are together. But she's got fake boobs. Don't get me started with that, guys. Don't
You never know. You never know. Okay, so let's get into this missing scientist thing here. Okay.
Yes.
So
I'll take this off here. Rip Canada.
This is as of a couple of days ago. Today, the 11th missing scientist came out, and there's this whole story on her, and it's pretty wild.
I haven't heard this. I haven't heard any of this.
So apparently, you have 10 missing scientists that are linked to secret research, including UFOs. They've gone missing or found dead. Okay. And you have all these names in all these dates, right? So Michael David Hicks, dead, July 2023. Anthony Chavez, missing.
So this is all recent.
Yeah.
Like the last 5 years. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And so we'll get into who these people are and how they're tied together. Now, so this is a quote from, I think, Brooke Taylor. So there are now 10 American scientists who have either gone missing or died since mid-2024. It's actually 11. They all reportedly had access to classified nuclear and aerospace material. Is anybody investigating this to see if these things are connected?
And a video, we know what happened to them.
Right. And so like they've all mysteriously vanished or died. You have congressmen, and whenever congressmen get involved, and Trump, because Trump is now demanding an investigation into this, it just makes me cringe, dude. Like I don't take this as serious as
so they're going to investigate this, but you're not going to investigate the files.
Exactly.
Let me just get that straight.
Exactly.
Get that straight. Okay.
Because this is real. The Epstein stuff is fake news.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a hoax. It's a hoax. A Democratic hoax.
Right.
No, that's my version of Trump.
Here's a little snippet from Fox News talking about the missing scientists.
Unsettling mystery: at least 10 American scientists, military officials, and associates have been found dead or suddenly vanished. And now some lawmakers are calling for an investigation. Brooke Taylor is live from Dallas with more. I've been sort of following this, but I'm looking forward to your report so I can better understand it.
Hi, Dana. Well, there's definitely a lot of questions surrounding this because at least 10 of those scientists, military officials, and employees, as you mentioned, who are tied to America's most sensitive nuclear and space programs have either just vanished or disappeared in the last few years. So we hope we'll break this down for you. We put this together. The cases span from July 2023 to now. In some, deaths remain unexplained or lack full public detail. In others, sudden disappearances with few answers. So check out some of these cases. Most recently, retired Air Force General William McCaslin vanished in February. He walked out of his Albuquerque home, leaving behind his phone. Previously, he oversaw some of the Pentagon's most advanced aerospace programs. Then check out this case also in February. Astrophysicist Carl Grillmere, who worked closely on NASA missions, was killed outside of his home. Police did arrest a suspect in that case. Then 8 months earlier, U.S. rocket scientist Monica Reza disappeared while hiking in California's Angeles National Forest. Records show she worked on advanced aerospace materials. I spoke to Congressman Eric Burleson, who's calling for an FBI investigation.
Well, these were not ordinary citizens. These are some of the most advanced scientists that are working on some of our most critical nation's secrets. This has all of the hallmarks of a foreign operation. And so this is something that we need to be investigating.
Ding, ding, ding. Alert.
And Dana, so far, no local authority has publicly connected these mysterious deaths and disappearances. We did reach out to the FBI last night, who told us they have no comment.
No comment from the FBI. So here's the deal.
So, a quick question. Is the dude saying that all this stuff is happening because foreign countries are doing it?
Right. And that's where I'm going like, no. What are we talking about?
Whatever they say, it's the opposite. So
Exactly.
obviously it's not. I just wanted to clear that up
Right.
because I'm like, did he just say what I thought he said?
Yeah.
He said what I thought he said.
Right. And so, and the same thing is found in this article. So like the latest string of missing dead scientists, we have the 11th mystery one emerging today. And, you know, Trump is being interviewed and he's saying, it's time we get down to this. I'm going to call for an investigation. But that was Eric Burleson, the guy in the video, the representative that you were looking at. He said that the fate of the scientists is almost certainly linked to access or to the access that they had in classified aerospace, defense, and UFO information, and may involve bad actors from China, Russia, or Iran. And now whenever that happens, dude, like just call it out right where it's at. It's like, well, how do you know? Like you're making these accusations in that gigantic leap without any basis, right? Pure speculation.
That's what I mean.
Same thing with the drones back in when the drones were flying over New Jersey or New York or wherever.
God, we have to do a recap one day of what's happened from 2020 till now.
Yeah.
And just bring it up. We don't have to talk about it. There's probably 1,000 things that have not ever been discussed.
When those drones were flying over, inexplicably, you have this one U.S. congressman saying those drones came from a mothership that's it's from Iran, just off the border of our shores. It's like, what? Like, in no way was that ever true. And he just fucking says it. So I'm like, what are we?
That's him.
What are we using congressmen for right now? Like, why are we interviewing them?
To launder money and kids, you know?
Yeah, selling the story, and that's what I'm thinking he's trying to do. So this is the latest missing scientist, Amy Eskridge. She died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound at her Alabama home in 2022. So like, this is the deal. Is like, this one is the oldest event, I should say. And that's why it's like, why is this one being brought up? And it's because she was also tied in. People have mapped her to all of these people together here. So like this diagram, which I put on the thumbnail here, this is the link between the missing and the dead officials. So you have the dead one, Frank Maywald. He was a top scientist detecting signs of alien life. He's connected to NASA JPL, Jet Propulsion Laboratory, right? Jack Parson is the founder. Jack Parson's the one who was doing sex magic out in the desert, right? To bring about the Moonchild Antichrist. That Jack Parsons. You have down here, also connected to JPL, is the Monica Jacinto Reza. She was brought up in that video.
In the video, yeah.
And so she was receiving funding from AFRL Wright-Patterson Air Force Base.
See, when I look at that logo from here, it looks like Baal.
The two horns up. Oh, dude, it kind of does.
Just the whole body. Look at the face. It looks like he's. Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, that's where my head went.
This thing right here.
Well, just from like if you look at it as a whole photo, when you didn't zoom into it, I was like, it just looks like.
Oh,
you know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going crazy, folks.
To each their own.
It's there. It's it.
So, Air Force, this something Wright-Patterson Air Force Base oversaw Reza's project, also tied to this William Neal Mixland. He went missing. He oversaw the research at the base. And there's this other Air Force base. I mean, there's just so many different connections, right?
So you think this is all in connection with something they know about aliens?
I think that's what they're trying to sell us. I don't think that this is real.
Or they were going to open their mouths about how fake NASA is and something they just like shut up or put up.
So that's this Amy Eskridge. She was 34. She was involved in extensive research into anti-gravity technology, UFOs, and extraterrestrial life. So she died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head in her home.
She fell on the shotgun and shot herself twice in the back of the head. I heard about that. Yes.
Right?
Yes, I did.
But before her death, Eskridge had launched a research company called the Institute for Exotic Science.
Exotic science. Is that science experiments with G-strings on or no clothing?
That sounds like a Cinemax,
Yeah.
after dark episode.
After dark. Wow.
But this research company was founded in order to create a public-facing persona to disclose anti-gravity technology. So she was coming out with this anti-gravity stuff, right? Eskridge revealed in a 2020 interview that she had plans to disclose information about UFOs and extraterrestrials to the public and was receiving threats as a result. She chillingly...
But why? Because they've been exposing it.
Right?
So... Excuse me. What could she have said that we already don't know or aren't thinking?
This was back in 2020. So, 2017 was...
They
when
hadn't started yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So she chillingly said that she had started the company because, quote, if you stick your neck out in private, they will bury you. They will burn down your house while you're sleeping in your bed, and it won't even make the news. But she said something about like if you
scary.
Right. She said something like if you stick your neck out in public, then people will know that if you die, right?
Damn.
She goes, I need to disclose soon, man. I need to publish soon because it's like escalating. It's getting more and more aggressive, she said. This has been going on for like 4 or 5 years. And over the last 12 months, it's been escalating. Like more aggressive and more invasive digging through my underwear drawer and sexual threats. What? This is the first I've read this, so I'm like, what the fuck? But it reads kind of like a schoolgirl, or like a valley girl, like, like this has been going on for like 4 or 5 years.
Like oh my God.
It's like more aggressive. Underwear. Like, it's my underwear drawer, okay? Leave that alone.
That's it.
Yeah, so... You have this Milburn guy. Eskridge partnered with retired British intelligence officer Frank Milburn to investigate the alleged harassment. Milburn, who submitted his findings to Congress in 2023, concluded that Eskridge did not kill herself and at one point was attacked by a directed energy weapon that burned her body with microwaves.
What?
Right. So the other missing or dead scientists include, so this is Melissa Cassis, who had security clearance at Los Alamos National Laboratory. Anthony Chavez, he was a retired Los Alamos National Laboratory worker. And so Los Alamos, I forget where that's at, but like that was the deep underground military base that, the whistleblower who was strangled to death. They found him strangled to death with his own catheter tube. He was talking about how there was an underground firefight with an alien contact.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I forget his name. I did a whole
Did he not get his hand blown off too or something?
His name's Phil something. Phil Schneider, I believe. Phil Schneider. Damn. Yeah, I did a whole episode on that, and it is nuts, man. Like the stuff that he was bringing. He did full on conventions and presentations of these metals, these rare metals that he found. And he's like, yeah, this was recovered from deep underground where we found these alien life forms. And he's like, yeah.
And how did he die?
He was found dead in his apartment or house, strangled by a catheter tube.
Oh, my God.
Like a piano wire. You know what I mean? Like it was just tight as F around his neck.
Yeah. That's a bit of a humiliation way to go with your catheter tube, for heaven's sakes. They wanted to prove a point with that one. Damn.
Yeah. So you have all of these scientists allegedly dying. And now it's like, are these scientists even real? Is this real life?
That's the thing too, right? Is any of this real?
I'm David after Dennis right now. I don't believe any of this. Are these all just AI stories? I don't know.
Yeah.
So you have Jason Thomas, who led Novartis chemical biology team, who was found dead last March. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory engineer Frank Maywald, and the guy who was shot outside of his house, right?
Yeah. Someone in the chat said, yeah, dude was, just on his front porch and got shot.
Yeah. It's like, what? Like just out of nowhere? That's like some Seth Rich shit. You know what I mean?
Seth Rich, that's another dude. Like, oh.
So
I can see why some people don't want to come out and say anything about anything, like the good people, because they're in control here. Like they can take you out, like without you even know you're being taken out.
Right.
Yeah, it's absolutely, it is frightening. It is frightening.
So this is Eskridge going back to that 2020 interview. She said, if you stick your neck out in public, at least someone notices if you get your head chopped off. She says, I have to publish because it's only going to get worse until I publish.
Mm-hmm.
And so the renewed attention on Eskridge's death comes after online sleuths and reports have highlighted a cluster of disappearances or deaths in recent years of individuals tied to this advanced research. And
this is nuts.
Right? More and more.
I'm actually I'm just blown away that I did not hear about this.
Yeah, I have the text messages that she sent. Here's a clip, I think, of the interview. So in this interview, I'm just going to read this post. The anti-gravity propulsion researcher claimed anti-gravity has been discovered 4 different times, and each time it was shut down and dismantled. In this interview, she says on camera that she was warned in 3 separate times by agencies and officials to stop her anti-gravity research. Shortly after this interview in 2022, she was found dead at the age of 34, self-inflicted gunshot wound. No investigation details were ever released. So check out what she has to say here.
It's been independently discovered 4 other times. He said it has been suppressed every single fucking time. And he said, I don't think they're going to suppress it this time. He said, I think you're in the clear. He said, they obviously know about you because I've had multiple, both protective and threatening interactions with various agency affiliations, whatever. He was like, if you haven't had a U.S. government agent come to you and say, stop, shut the fuck up. Stop, shut the fuck up. If that hasn't happened, they're going to let you do it. They're waiting. There are SSP motherfuckers that are fucking twiddling their thumbs.
Jeez, language.
Like, is Amy not going to publish soon? Gah, we've been influencing this bitch forever. Doesn't she know we want her to publish? Jesus.
What a potty mouth.
Like, there's multiple people doing that right now. And on the other side of the fence, there's multiple parties looking at each other like, didn't we tell this bitch 3 years ago that we kill people for this? Is she not listening? What is she doing? She's still doing it? What? We told her we were going to kill her 3 years ago. So I have these two different scenarios floating constantly in my life where I have people being like, do it, do it, do it. You're the one, do it. And then I have multiple people being like, they're going to kill you. Don't do it. They're going to kill you.
See? Okay. She seems a little unhinged. Did you catch any of that?
A little bit. There's a little maybe MK Ultra going on or something. Something's going on there.
Like very aggro for a scientist. I've never because I've listened to a lot of different scientists talk in interviews. Never that vulgar. You know?
No.
I mean, I don't mind it, like, honestly, because like I'm kind of like free spirited. You let your freak flag fly, but like,
ooh, I let it fly.
Yeah, I just don't really know about that. So here's another one.
My thing is, like, you can throw a little here and there, but when you do it too often, it kind of discredits you a little bit.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Just, not to say swearing, but
it's
the way
disarming.
she was talking. And the thing is, if she is telling the truth, that's some scary shit she's talking about, right? Like, which we've said time and time again, put up or shut up or we'll dig you up.
Right. Yeah. Whitney's asking, is she on drugs? It kind of seemed like that, right? Like she's like rubbing her nose and stuff. Like
she's on the marijuana.
Yeah.
The good stuff.
Okay. So here we go. So here is another clip. This is a resurfaced clip, features late Amy Eskridge, allegedly the one, blah, 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 pointing to Redstone Arsenal as a place tied to advanced propulsion work, with claims that any real disclosure could emerge from there. That aligns with Huntsville's role in missile, space, and experimental research, which makes it a natural focal point for speculation. Sorry, I'm like, At the same time, viral posts about missing or deceased scientists connected to NASA, AFRL, and related programs keep circulating. Some see a pattern forming around key research hubs. Others argue it's unrelated cases just grouped together. Just a coincidence. So this one is about that Redstone Arsenal, and this is more of a just quick little clip. So let's see what she says here.
It's like she's tweaking out a little bit,
right?
Or she's just freaked out and she's like, I gotta say what I gotta say. So
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Disclosure is going to come out of Huntsville, Alabama, out of Redstone Arsenal. Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama is the biggest fucking deal that you've never heard of. It's the biggest fucking deal that you have never heard of. And so we need a documentary to drop at the same time that establishes the credibility. Because the fact is that we have deep and wide, extensive credibility that no one knows about because you're not supposed to know about it because it's in Alabama, it's obscure. You're not supposed to know about it. That's the point.
So
Disclosure,
anybody,
that's the point.
Anybody just listening to the audio, she is flailing around so much that her Zoom camera is glitching. Like,
yeah,
like her head is bobbing.
Yeah.
She's waving her arms and hands around. She's like grabbing her mouth and nose. And I'm like, what the hell is going on with this?
I mean, she could be on something because of the stress she's under.
Maybe.
If this is true.
Yeah.
But like we were saying, she's one of the 11 and she's the one that self-gun-inflicted, gave herself a bang to herself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found the link to the full interview and it's on YouTube. So I will post that link in our episode. So in the description of our episode. So if anybody wants to watch that full interview, I don't know how long it's going to be up, but it's like a good 2 hours. In case anybody wants to know the title of it, here it is. It's 2020 U.S. Amy Eskridge interview. So it only has about 21,000.
When did she die?
She died in 2022.
So 2 years after all this.
Yeah.
So she survived for 2 years and probably.
And if you think about it, what if they tried to offer what if they were 1 year too late? Because she was 34. That means
I was just thinking that. I said they messed it up. They messed it up.
Right.
Her birth certificate wasn't right because I did see 34 instead of 33.
Yeah, dude. So.
And they're like, our bad. You know, we killed her a year too late. I'm like, you're bad.
Well,
everyone's bad. Apparently
she sent out some text messages where she was talking about these death threats. And I have them here, supposedly. This is somebody posting on Twitter, Samuel Reed, ADIC. I refrained from posting this for 4 years since my co-founder, Amy Eskridge, was killed. If I sent these texts to her before I died, I would expect her to disclose them to the world for the truth brought to light. I no longer fear their deaths. God bless your soul, Amy. But if I sent these texts to her before I died, so are these... Did he write these? I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm confused who wrote this.
You're thinking he wrote them.
Well, yeah. So this is
the way he said it.
Or this is a conversation. Look, it says invite to Signal. So this must be inside of Signal. Let me open this in a new tab. We can get a little bit bigger here. Okay. So I think he's talking to Amy and he's saying or this might be her or might be him. I don't know. FYI, I've been getting death threats every day repeatedly for the past week or so for my most recent work. Like I finally crossed some line with my own independently developed theory and it got surveilled. It tipped me over onto some fucked up kill list. I left my voice. Wow. I left myself a voice note on my hacked phone about some super heady shit that I figured out. Then the daily threats or death threats immediately started rolling in on a daily basis. The past week has been absolutely horrible. I don't even know how to explain it. The most heinous death threats you can imagine. I've been telling the people closest to me over the past few days, quote, I absolutely did not kill myself no matter what you heard, unquote. I've told so many people over the past week that it's simply impossible to take them all out. God damn it. Wow. Excuse my French, everybody, but I'm reading her quote here. Let's see, what else is there? Here is the other one. Yeah, so this says message from Amy. So this is
from her. Okay.
Yeah. It was just everything that Bob Lazar said in a technical sense in the Corbell documentary was exactly 100% backwards. The ether theory I have developed over the past year explains why Bob was 100% backwards and fully explains how the EVO that he talked about actually works. I was thinking about it and left myself a voice note about it on my phone while driving home. It got surveilled and now I'm dead meat. Wow. It's real bad. I got myself on a kill list by leaving myself a surveillable note on my own phone about the actual role of element 115 in that craft according to my ether theory. OMG, I have never been so scared in my life. I did not kill myself. Sorry, but this has so much more depth to it, and I'm reading this like a freaking computer program.
It's a lot of him. Yeah.
OMG, I have never been so scared in my life. I did not kill my, so you guys picture this as her writing it, I guess, not just my dull ass reading it to you. Consulted with Bill and retired general I've been working with. They both agree that the threats are not coming from any government threats, are most likely coming from a private entity with a whole lot of cash who has hired some domestic mercenary goons to harass me to death. It's like the American version of the Wagner Group is on my ass right now for it real bad. Okay. There's two more. So this is in the Signal chat. She said something like, have to spread this message to many people. Most likely the same assholes who have effed you over real hard many times for years now. Not Russia, not China, not USG. Most likely U.S. domestic contractors have been effing with us all this whole time.
She's right about that.
Probably the same people who effed you up in Hawaii.
Yep.
More motivated by whether your my IP eats their lunch for multi-billion-dollar contracts versus being motivated by national security concerns. Pretty sure most of this whole time that we've dealt with has been driven by private money from the contractors. GD, it's bad. How do you call the FBI and get them to investigate Lockheed, Northrop, or Blackwater? You can't.
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
It says, bad. It would be better for us if it was Russia this whole time. It wasn't Russia. The contractors, GD, not good. I did not kill myself no matter what you hear.
So when she's talking about Hawaii, what is she talking about there?
I have no idea, bro. That's where I'm like, that's a whole nother rabbit trail or rabbit hole.
Because the fire happened after she died. A fire happened in 2023 or.
Well, it sounds like something happened in Hawaii that it was either to her, because I'm still not I'm not sure if that last one was her or someone talking to her. Because this says probably
has
the
to be
same.
her because she's a potty mouth.
Well, then she's saying probably the same people who effed you up in Hawaii. So she was saying you talking to the person. So
right, okay.
Whoever this was to got effed up in Hawaii, right? And so this one is the last one. Same assholes, blah, 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 blah. Bob had it right. McLandish fatal mistake was that he did not tell anyone and he was under threat. Bob is alive because he told effing everyone. I did not kill myself. I did not shoot myself in the head with my own firearm. I did not overdose on my prescription meds. I did not drive off a cliff. Like even all the way back to the quote pain rays unquote that we have both experienced for a while now. OMG, not a foreign nation state, not USG, the contractors. Private contractors hiring other private contractors to pain ray and harass you to death. And she just keeps on going for this is all the same kind of stuff and so it's like, do you believe this? Do you think that
I want to know what a pain ray is.
Right, but like, do you think
go
that
into detail?
Do you think that this was written before her death, and do you think that it's real? Hard to tell. You know what I mean? Like, it's some random dude.
My thing is, if we have access to it, it's been manipulated. That's unfortunately how I feel about things. You know, I think what happened to her was real, but it could be people covering their tracks. I don't know. If it's in front of us and we get a hold of it, I'm always 50-50 on stuff now, especially then the AI wasn't kicking off, but especially with AI now, AI could have just typed that and written that out and put the dates in and, hey, AI, give me a conversation that I would have about this, or that. So who knows? Who knows?
So check this out. Amy Eskridge was mentioned in the Congressional Archives last year. There are claims that she was targeted by direct energy weapons, Havana syndrome, blah, 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 by one of her friends and herself.
Oh.
Or at least
maybe that's
she
what
was
the pain.
experiencing.
Could that be what the pain rays are? The direct energy weapons?
Right. Well, here's an image of it or something. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. She's saying this is public domain, 15th of June, 2022. Dr. Amy Eskridge, the 35-year-old. What? I thought she died at 34.
They keep adding a year to her.
She dies in
that's a
Hunts.
mistake anyone can make, but I don't know. But we scrutinize everything, folks. We scrutinize everything.
So claims she was targeted by directed energy weapons by a private aerospace company. And murdered. So this is Frank Milburn claims that she was targeted and murdered. So here is a text message from her. Hit my whole upper body as I was typing on my computer. Burn the crap out of my hands. Look at her hands, dude. That's red.
They are red.
And look at, like, here, hold on. Look at that. There's a clear line of delineation. Like her whole hands are red and her forearms are white.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's like she went and got a tan.
She just wore long sleeves and played a couple rounds of golf with no golf club.
Looks like red gloves.
Yeah.
All right. Weird, man. So, I mean, that's in the public record, I guess. So this one is different. There's a lot more of her than any of the other scientists.
I was going to just ask you, why? Why do you think that? Or
it seems like, you know, when you get Congress,
was she the most vocal and they just wanted to shut her up, or I don't know.
Dude, I think that it's all about this whole disclosure. I mean, the movie, right? Disclosure Day coming out. I think you have people like Tucker Carlson talking about demons. You have JD Vance saying the aliens are demons. You have like the government talking about aliens more, right? They're prepping everybody.
Yeah. When I was in Toronto, obviously my friends asked my opinion on the Epstein stuff, because they actually said to me, we thought you went cuckoo in 2020, and they officially apologized to me because they're like, you were right. And I brought up a point that got us all thinking, and it's right up what we've talked about, I think, on our last show, is what happens if these aliens, hybrid / humans, are the ones that were doing stuff to kids, and how do you prosecute that?
Right.
Because you have to be out of this world and this evil to do what they do. So I kind of said that, saying, I think the aliens have, they've gotten together with the humans. They've made, there's so many, sorry guys, I'm drawing a blank here as to what skinwalkers or the Greys or whatever. But I actually think that's
the Draco,
the Dracos and stuff. That's I'm thinking is like, how would you prosecute someone? Well, you'd have to disclose it first and then change the laws to be like, we can prosecute aliens / humans / whatever the sex is. But, I don't know.
Well, and I don't have the thing off the top of my head here, but like.
And my friends agreed with me. They're like, oh, that's a good point. They're like, what? We never thought about that. I said, there has to be something that's coming that's tied to all of this. So when they're like, all the corruption and everything is tied to these aliens, it's not
right
us.
Here, dude. Right here. So like the threat. So going back to like Ronald Reagan, going back to this whole like, wouldn't it be great if there was an external threat and the world united to go against them, right? Like Ronald Reagan said that on live TV. But like this guy, this Oracle of Delphi, which is like freaking occulty shit anyway, but like he says, this is on X, Iran is not the threat, Iran is the trigger. Without Iran, the Nuclear Tension Act doesn't run. Without the act, the UFO intervention can't enter. Without the entry, there is no one world body. Iran is the first beat. Watch the choreography. Or choreography.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's like...
I mean, any of this could be true. I would believe more of that than anything else right now, because Iran is supposed to be setting something off and we're not sure what. You know, actually, it's a whole bunch of things. I think it could be that. I also think they have to reset the financial system. So if oil, runs the world and oil is not being shipped around, it can cause a collapse and it's caused interest rates for houses up here in Canada to go up again. So it's just a way to squeeze more and more out of the citizens, get rid of the middle class, blame it on another country,
Yeah,
so
but they're doing it.
They check the box off with everything.
They're doing it in a weird way right now because Trump and Iran have reached a deal. The Strait of Hormuz is open. The 33 feet wide Strait of Hormuz, something like that. I don't know. But like it is official. It must be larger than 33 feet. That's not that big for a strait.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, maybe miles, 33 miles.
300, maybe it's 3,033 or
something like that.
But yeah, I think with all this, if you believe in the Q movement, is that Israel, which they seem to be mucking things up, is every time they have a ceasefire, Israel continues. That could be the ploy. If you believe in the plan, and like I said, I'm up to 8% today. I went up an extra percent just for the show. That's how they cut ties with Israel, being like, you just caused a world war. We've been trying to do this because Israel keeps ignoring Trump. They are, with all the ceasefiring and stuff. So
right, yeah. So Israel keeps on bombing, right?
Yeah,
but so that's the thing is like Trump put out this tweet or truth today prohibiting Israel from any future bombings, right? So he says the USA will get all nuclear dust created by our great B-2 bombers. No money will exchange hands in any way, shape, or form. This deal is in no way subject to Lebanon either, but the USA will separately work with Lebanon and deal with the Hezbollah situation in an appropriate manner. Israel will not be bombing Lebanon any longer. They are prohibited from doing so by the USA. Enough is enough. And there's that enough is enough. And I get this little effing meme over here.
Oh, geez. Now, here's the thing. It's not in all caps. Like Trump always messages. Doesn't he always message in caps?
He does random words.
If he's serious about something, he rants with that. But
well, he'll like start like nuclear dust is capitalized. Like what? Like why are we capitalizing nuclear and the word dust? He capitalizes these weird words that should not be capitalized. And there is a theory out there that he does gematria with all this shit, right? So he's using the letters as numbers and somebody has to calculate it. And there's like a weird secret message. Somebody is interpreting it.
We all used to decode Trump's speeches and rallies at this point.
Over it.
Over it. But I also starting to think now there's something in play here with Israel that if they don't listen, that's where the U.S. could be like, screw it.
Well, yeah. And that's like the whole Q stuff is save Israel for last. And people interpret that as the United States will turn on Israel. But that's also part of this whole prophecy, man. The whole Gog and Magog, like America, the world is the Gog, like turning against Israel. And America is the Rome. And I remember there was a clip of somebody interviewing Netanyahu when he was walking by. He had a book in his hand, and it was about, they asked him, like, what are you reading? He's like, oh, it's about Israel being attacked by Rome. And he's like, the next time it happens, we won't lose or something.
And Israel needs, as part of their prophecy, they need the world to turn against them. That's
Right.
part of their prophecy.
I mean,
They
I don't know
need
if
the-
all of Israel, but there's a certain sect of,
yeah,
you know, what is it? The Talmudic.
the God
Shabbat.
chosen ones, you know. So they do. That's part of the thing for the third temple. They also have to have everyone turn against them. So at this point, is it to give them a spanking and saying you're no longer part of the U.S. anymore? You started World War III, or is it to fulfill their prophecy?
Right. No, I
gotta start smoking weed again.
No, honestly, like there is a lot of evidence that points to what's happening right now is the term is accelerationism, and it is to accelerate the end times. And it's something that you have evangelical Christians supporting, not all of them, but the majority of the ones surrounding Trump do. You have the majority of the extreme Jewish power that is working behind the scenes here, right? And so I'm just saying, like, the accelerationism will bring about the end times, bring about the rapture, bring about the return of Jesus Christ, right? And that's what people want to see, but it's like you don't control God's time, right? That's everybody.
But that's
was taught
my issue here is why are they accelerating everything so quickly since 2020, where they've been patient their whole life. So like, okay, things didn't go to plan. Too many people woke up. Let's move the 2030 to 2040. Let's spread it out. It's not spread out anymore. I mean, is BB still around? Like, has there been any more
AI?
Talk about him being AI'd? See what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
What are we doing?
So that's the thing, is like we switch from topic to topic so quick.
Oh my God.
And it's like
Like,
goldfish.
like honestly, it's on an hourly basis. It used to be like a monthly basis, and then every fortnight, which is 2 weeks, and then it was a week, and now it's
Right.
hourly. You can't keep up with it.
Well, so here's the deal is I think that 2030 is a pivotal point. And I think that if you look at the great year, especially in this whole, you can say occulted view, but it's the great year is the equinox, right? Or the precession of the equinoxes, where it's time for a new God. And that's what they're trying to usher in. I've been saying this for a while now. I think that every 2,000 years or so, they'll try to change the world's religion. They'll kick it off of the back of Jesus, but I think they're going to try to bring in an alien life form and maybe even merge that with some sort of AI technology to show you what God is, right? Because seeing is believing. And that not to everybody, I'm just throwing out the idea. It's just like to a lot of people, and that could be why over the last 50 years they've tried to demoralize the country or remove religion so much from the majority of the United States, the majority of the world, right?
Yeah, especially the Western part of the world.
Because a lot of people don't know scripture. I mean, I don't know that much scripture, like from, just I can't recite it off the top of my head.
No.
And so like, but you see these people that are doing the math and they're like reading you like stuff that's happening in real life. And they're like, you guys, look, it's mapping to what's happening right now. It just makes sense.
It kind of answers my own question. Dates are very specific for them. So if they have to have it by a certain date and they don't, then they fail at it. So I guess that's why they're pushing so hard for everything.
Yeah.
But with the pushing, it's really awakened people, because I think 50% of the population won't believe this. There's so much.
Sure.
It's gotten so stupid. I'm going to go 50-50. 50% will be like, oh my God, there's an alien, there's Jesus. I think the other at this point will be like it's AI, because AI is, maybe that's why the AI is so good that they're doing it so that we don't fall for it if you believe in the plan.
I don't think they care, because eventually the 50% that don't believe it will die. And you'll be replaced in the next age you'll just convince the next age. And
I wanted to leave it on a happy note.
Well,
Greg's
no,
like, the other 50% are gonna die.
Well, I'm just saying, like, eventually,
it's true though.
The new
Listen, we're all
God
gonna die at some point.
Yeah, the new God or the new idea will take its place and it'll take over. And like, So that's why they want the end of the Bible, because it is the end. Like, there is no more to this story. You've gone through the end times. There's no more. There's nothing left. Now it's time to bring in something new. And I think that's why they're trying to accelerate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean,
they got a schedule. It makes sense now. I don't like when I think about my question. I was sitting there saying, well, they're very specific with dates and times and everything, as we see. But the way they did it and the way it's going, it really woke up people. But you can be awake and do nothing. We're all awake and none of us are doing anything. Hands up if you're still paying your taxes.
Elbows
Hands
up.
up if you still believe it. Elbows up. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Elbows up or shut up. That's another t-shirt I have to come up with. It's so hard. I'm at the coffee shop and I'm surrounded by older folks and I just want to slap most of them, and that's not fair because they might have not voted liberal, but any boomer I look at, I give them the evil eye.
You're just
I'm
judging
like,
the book by a cover right there.
You didn't ruin it for me. I'm awake. I'm doing my own thing, but you didn't think about your kids or your grandkids. So you deserve a backhand and a forehand and a chop to the fucking ears. And that's it.
There we go.
Ring on the ears, man. But
yeah, so Shelly in the chat is saying, I think the rapture first and they will blame it on aliens. So that's...
Well, Shelly's my neighbor, so shit goes down. You're on the ground floor, so you might want to come up to where I live, Shelly. I'm on the 6th floor. We can pop people off from up here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think she lives on the ground floor, just in the building next to me. So I'm up top. I can see everything, and I have Rio. So Rio will take care of
there you go.
Whoever's coming for us.
Rio's got your back,
Yeah, he's got my leg, my back, my forearm, whatever he wants to bite.
Indeed.
I have to tuck in all the strings on my sweaters because he goes for them.
Dude, all the time.
Oh, it's a bad.
So yes, fantastic episode. The missing dead scientists. There's got to be something there, but beware of government propaganda, everybody. Beware of the propaganda because they're
take it with a grain or a pinch of salt.
Yes.
Put salt on the tongue, bite the lemon, take that drink, tequila, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah. Yes, and everything else as far as NASA, occulty stuff, just don't buy it. It's all ritual stuff anyway.
I think that was a test to see how stupid we are. And
yeah,
some of my friends in Toronto were still believing in that, and I was just shaking my head going, I love you from a distance.
There we go.
Which is why I'm out here in BC. I'll come give them a hug.
Yeah.
Then I push them away.
There you go, buddy. Right on. Well, yeah, hopefully everybody enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe on YouTube, hit the hype button. I guess hyping is a thing. I don't know. I've never done it. So there's a hype option on the app.
I go for a week and what's a hype button?
Yeah, I don't know. But apparently it gets you more promoted on YouTube. So everybody go ahead and hype the show.
Hype it or we stop doing the show.
Hype it or pipe it. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Yeah, anyway. So yes, Flex, good show. You stay safe up there in Canada. Everybody else, stay steamy.
Safe my ass. Shalom.